So I got to tour Assembly Atlanta this week, and it was just absolutely spectacular. Wait until the world sees what is about to open in Doraville, Georgia. It's just a huge win for Metro Atlanta and the surrounding cities of Doraville, Dunwoody, Chamblee. The tour was just, it was crazy. It was just the size and scale of the facilities and the fact that there was absolutely nobody there. It was really, really cool. So this is the second largest studio in all of Georgia. It sits on 135 acres near where 285 hits Peachtree Industrial, kind of behind, next to the BrandSmart. Phase 1 includes 22 private sound stages with even more office space. They're inside of the triangle, which is what they call the gates. There's public space for everybody to enjoy outside the gates with outdoor parks, sets, water features, this incredible amphitheater, all open to the public and a lot more to come. So here's some subpar video that I kind of took with my phone. This is Main Street, which is outside of the gates, and it's open to drive down now if you really wanted to. So they spoke with production companies, and the one thing that everybody said they needed was outdoor streetscapes. If they need to film and get a quick shot, they don't have to travel to those specific cities. So there's New Orleans, French Quarter, there's New York, Brooklyn, brownstones, kind of a European look of London or Paris. And then there's a red brick industrial look, kind of like Tribeca or Chicago. And right behind these walls are offices, hair, makeup, wardrobe, production offices, and meeting rooms. Everything is plug and play and ready for crews to just show up and have everything that they need. And you'll see here, as we approach the end of the facade, I look to the right a little bit, and there's this huge park and trails and amphitheater. So again, this is outside the triangle and completely open to the public. So they're calling the amphitheater the Pringle because it looks like a giant Pringle chip. They're going to have movie nights and music for the public. There's going to be water fountains built by the same people, actually, that did the Bellagio fountains in Vegas. They're actually a Georgia vendor. So they'll be activated by lights and tied in with the music. And it all sits in line with the iconic Assembly LED tower. The site needed kind of a monument signature piece, something like the water towers at Warner Brothers or Paramount. And kind of what they came up with was this 23-foot wide by 140-foot tall LED screen. It's the largest LED screen in the country from what they're told. And they actually had to petition the FAA to get it that tall. So GDOT obviously wouldn't let it face 285, which is right here. So, it'll all be facing the public space, which is awesome. And, that's kind of what differentiates Assembly from other film studios. They want you to come visit, and they want the public to see where the magic happens. The next phases include housing and restaurants and shopping. Doraville's even putting a police precinct in there for safety reasons. It's its own little city. Then we went through the gates and inside the triangle, which is obviously off limits to the public for security reasons. This is one of the 22 sound stages. It was eerily quiet. They're built with 14-inch concrete walls covered in padding and a hog's hair, which make them completely echoless. So it was really kind of creepy being in a room that was so quiet. But it's along the PDK flight path, so it's kind of a necessity there. We saw a bunch of other stuff and things that I didn't take very many notes on. It was just an overwhelming facility, built in the perfect location. It's on the Martyr Line. It's connected with Chamblee's rail trail. It's, 3 minutes away from 85. This thing is an absolute game changer for the area, and most people don't know anything about it. Assembly will bring around 4,000 jobs to the area. There's a lot of folks moving here, staying in our Dunwoody hotels, visiting our restaurants, and shopping in the perimeter. This is really a big deal, and I appreciate Long Tran, our state house representative, for inviting me along for the tour. I felt honored, and I appreciate even more that he and Billy Kramer capped off the tour with NFA burgers and Peachy Corners bubble tea.